Hi, Wild Silas appeared, and I'm still slogging along with this playthrough. Believe it or not, I'm going to ensure things stay in this channel on a whim of progression and obsessive compulsion. that's that's where I am right now, unfortunately. It's depending on sort of disorder to ensure that my life has some, dare I say, order. I need to stop chuckling at myself, because in reality, whenever I chuckle at myself, it's to hide my inner miseries and what have you. I've been so distraught lately. I wonder if any of the other guys will come back to do the channel, because it doesn't seem like it. I mean, like, they proposed that, something happened that my, sorry, I'm spacing out here just because oh, hey, we're going to face the main villain this time, the head honcho, Jupiter. She's, I don't know, her head looks like a cherubi. Cherubi is what I confuse the term lychee with. Lychee. You know, those little cherry-like things that look like cherries, but they're actually like more of a grape orange flavor. It's a very curious thing. It's definitely more rich than cherries. Nowhere near sweet, but it feels like everything's going topsy-turvy in my life, and all I have is to continue pushing forward, hidely-ho, tally-ho, towards a permanent demise. Yeah, this isn't going to be one of those episodes where I can just make it work, moving on to the next type or what have you. This is me releasing some more demons and trying to put things in perspective to a rational degree, as far as my mind can sort of. This is me trying to work myself out of my little rut, as it were, by putting myself back into the rut. Well, let me start from the beginning. I really haven't been doing much of anything lately, because I didn't get a promotion at work, because one of my friends told me that I should question my writing ability, even though she hasn't read any of my books or anything that I've written pretty much ever. And I haven't exactly taken writing advice from her, but I take a lot of personal advice from her, and so to hear her say that was rather, it was hurtful to me, to be perfectly honest, and it made it harder to write. Yeah, I'm still wanting to do things, to write things, to keep this channel going, because I still do like it. I just feel like I don't have any reasons to do much of anything anymore. It's not easy being without much value, but maybe I can just deal with the concept that maybe I don't matter. Like, how does one deal with utter ambivalence towards their life when I can't even get a good job in my field? Not even out of my field, I can't get a good job. My last job that was out of my field was, what, $12 an hour? And it was a glorified janitorial work. And oh, by the way, we beat Jupiter. Sorry about that. I'm sure was quite a riveting display. Sorry for my squeaky chair. I'm never gonna fix it. So we'll just have to endure Master Wayne. And you know, that was $12 an hour, and my boss told me that there was no chance in hell I could get anywhere near a promotion because I lacked experience. So, you know, on one hand, it's rather tragically amusing to me is I can't get a job out of my field because I am not experienced enough outside of it, and I can't get a job in my field because my boss told me it's not my field. So what is my field? If a fucking convenience store tells you, nah, you can't be nothing else but a janitor, and then when you finally get a job you like and you know you're trained for it, your boss wags his finger and says, no, you're not trained for it. And then your friends who you expect to support you, I don't think she was trying to betray me. I think she was trying to help me, but it went in a bad way, went in a bad direction. Just sort of ground you further into the dust. You know, I'm not too thrilled that they've slowed down on helping me with the channel. But, you know, a lot of them are busy, a lot of them are tired, and, you know, Johnny likes to hang out with me still, and he does, even though he quit the channel. He just, I don't know, he's got a lot on his mind. He feels like he's been forcing it half the time. Sorry, my drink for the day is Coca-Cola. And that's my conflict here, is that the only justification I have to keep on going is, and I'm talking about life in general, is my puppy dog who is lying on my bed just a few feet away from me, and pure consumerism. There's that, and I like to think that I'm pretty affluent in the political realm. There's really nothing else to my mind right now. I've just been drifting along. I played the new Spider-Man game. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, even though I'm going to spoil something, because one project that's been on my mind is discussing the praxis of Spider-Man and the many things he does for better and for worse. By the way, here's something you may miss. You should get the XP share south of that town that I was in. You know the one. The one right above, what was it called? Ortown? Orville? No, it wasn't Orville. It's not a fucking popcorn. And, you know, that's just where my mind has, I mean, well, no, I'm going way too far ahead. Spider-Man. Just the whole idea behind his universe, his character as is. By the way, we're going to be encountering every single cyclist, and one thing that should be noted about cyclists is that they love their electrics and they love their steel. Those are the two types you gotta watch out for. So be sure to have a ground type at least. If not a ground type, like I've got, you know, Donatello, who's pretty high leveled, I think. Nah, he's okay. Was a sudden slowdown in the recording, hopefully it won't happen again, so, I'm going to press play and continue on. Anyway, maybe I'll be able to fix it in post, maybe not. I don't care anymore, I just want to get things done. I want to feel like there's some value to me, And I'm still looking for it every chance that I get. I've just been so disheartened. And so yeah, like I said earlier, you'll meet a lot of cyclists. This is one of the... Isn't this one of the bug type? That I can see the straw hat, which usually implies bug. Huh, it's another cyclist, okay. Doesn't match the sprite at all, but, See, once again, a steel or a ground type, or a, what's that other type that I just mentioned? A rock type. Those will be ultra useful on the cycling path all the time. It never changes. War never changes. I can't remember the last time there was a cycling path in the game. Was it like Gen 5? Was this the last gen to have a genuine cycling path? I don't think that was the case, but I'll have to look that up. In fact, why don't we just look it up right now, since, obviously I've got nothing better to do. Yeah, I'm still here, don't you worry. I'm just taking my time, slowly, not having a breakdown. Okay, so cycling path. Here we go. That was the proper thing to do. That was what I was looking up. I spaced out there for a second, but it's not like anybody watches this anyway. So, let's see. No, that's not it. My phone is really slow, mostly because of the fact that I haven't updated since 2011, 2010. Isn't it called Cycling Path? Am I nuts? Oh, and I just clicked out of a fucking page. Cycling Road. Dang. Okay. Huh. Yeah, no, the last cycling road was in Sinnoh. I'll be damned. I was doubly wrong. That's an interesting idea. An interesting factoid that I wasn't expecting. Oh boy, who's texting me now? I don't care. It's Matt. Matt texted me. Like I mean, I'm surprised he's holding together. I mean, my condolences, because he's working this Black Friday, but thankfully, with my job being educational and all, I pretty much had a good half the week to myself, to relax. And now I'm really anxious because I finally came forward with my friend who is supposed to support me, and I told her how her comment made me feel, and I wasn't hostile about it. I reassured her about it, but I'm a little anxious about how she'll respond to me keeping it in, and what she thinks I think of her, and so on and so forth. I don't know. I've got lots of time to contemplate, and you've certainly got a lot of time on your hands if you're still watching this. I mean, if you're watching this at all, quite frankly. But, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Or, who's ever watching this. I'm not the most entertaining person in the whole wide world. And this is definitely going to go down as one of my least popular videos. But you know, I do... You ever feel like you just want to go to bed, just take the long nap forever? Because that's where I'm at right now, and it's really stupid, but it's like my computer continues to be a shit. But fortunately, like I said, we are coming to the end of the episode. I will have to click out of GarageBand, then click back in. Because I don't know. I don't have state-of-the-art equipment. Not that I could afford it. Hey, it's the end of the video. Great. Stay wild. I'm recording the next one right after this, so it'll be a fun time.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow.